Good morning, mamas. Happy Tuesday. I just want to continue on from what I was talking about last week in terms of idolatry and just I struggle with screen time and kind of looking to that for contentment, security, connection, a little bit too much. Looking to it to numb my feelings, looking to it to fill my sense of boredom and purpose sometimes. And yeah, I've really noticed some damaging things that it has done for me in my life. One thing is if I wake up in the morning and go directly to my social media or my phone, like I just struggle with having my heart in a good place for the rest of the day. Like I don't wake up feeling like refreshed, like ideally it'd be great if I had my coffee and I just, had time with the Lord and then after that I go look at my phone. But if I wake up and I just immediately go to the internet and look at my phone, I'm just kind of like groggy and thrown off a little bit, and it kind of messes with the rest of my day. Some other ways that it's messed up my life are in my relationship with my husband. If we're trying to have quality time and he's on his phone, then I feel hurt. Or if I'm on my phone kind of obsessively and I just keep checking it during quality time hangout or a date night, he feels hurt. And so, yeah, it just takes away from being present with each other. It takes away from, being able to just go and do activities together. Sometimes it's easier to just default to doing screen activities together. And so when we're really intentional and we try harder, then we end up like, no, let's play a game. Let's turn off our phones. Let's go for a walk. Let's do something that doesn't involve the computer or the TV or the phone. And that has been really good for our relationship. Another thing that I've noticed it's damaging with is I'm noticing it's starting to affect my daughter as well. And I personally, like, something inside of me doesn't feel right when I'm like checking my phone all the time with my daughter around, especially now that she's more perceptive and really notices. Like, she starts to get a little whiny and fussy and as a counselor, I know that the government recommends children under the age of 2 shouldn't be around screens for brain development purposes. Like, I'm not perfect at that. I struggle with that. And so just sometimes having more knowledge, it makes it harder to, whatever. It is what it is. But I try hard, to make sure she's not seeing me on my phone too much because I want her to learn, that contentment and fun in relationships comes from doing activities and doing things and being together and using your creativity and things like that. And so I've really had to make a boundary with myself that I try not to be on my phone too much when my daughter's around on certain days. Like I have a Monday that's a set aside day to try not to even use my phone and just have a quality time day with my daughter. And that's been a really good boundary so far. Also, some other ways that it's hurtful for me is it triggers my shame when I go onto Facebook and I see other people hanging out and I didn't get invited, or people from my past that I'm not really in contact with. So sometimes it triggers my shame. It triggers my jealousy, my comparison. And so for me, like that might not happen for everybody, but for me, with certain people, like, yeah, I've had to unfollow them so that they're not popping up on my screen. And that's a good boundary to have. But there's other times where, I've just had to take a break from it and just not go on it very much. And for me personally, like one-on-one heart connection is the best way to feel connected in a relationship for me personally. And so for me, online stuff doesn't really fill me that much. And so I've had to just make a separate account and have boundaries like that where I try to only check it, once a week or something. So one boundary I've done also is I have my husband know my password, and then I'm only allowed to check it like once a week. And so when I check it, I say, hey, log in for me. And then I check it. And then when I'm done, he logs out. Again, I'm not perfect at that. And sometimes I just go back to obsessively checking it. And I find it's like a monster when I'm checking it. Then it's just kind of takes over, and then I get in this pattern. But when I take space from it for a while, I feel better. I get more meaning out of life in other ways and stuff like that. So having somebody have my password is another boundary I have. And then my husband and I have boundaries together with our phones. We have, every time there's a date night, we turn off our phones, unless our daughter's getting babysat or whatever, then we have to check it for that. But we try not to be on it. And then one day a week, we have a family day on Saturdays, and we have no screen time, no devices, except for when we watch a movie at night. Or if we need to like look up a recipe for cooking or doing something together. But yeah, that's been a really beautiful boundary for us and has really helped us just enjoy each other more and get the most out of our relationships. So yeah, screen time is a constant fight for me, a constant battle, and one that I have to, keep going to the Lord about and help him, guide me in my heart in that area. So yeah, I hope you all have a great Tuesday, and we'll chat with you later. Bye.